consecration ceremony of the Ram temple is well underway. The city of Ayodhya is all decked up, and come 22nd of January, the world will witness history in the making. Hello there, you are watching Inside South Asia with me, Dasuni Athauda, and let's get started. The town of Ayodhya has a date with history. On the 22nd of January, all preparations are underway for the opening and the consecration ceremony of the Lord Ram temple, which is believed to be the birthplace of the Hindu deity Lord Ram. That's not all. This consecration ceremony is said to have celebrations that have never been seen before, quite literally for decades and even centuries. Adding to that, this will also be a turnaround for the Ayodhya town, not only religiously, but also infrastructurally and economically.
Invoking the Devis and Devtas, the gods and goddesses of the Hindu pantheon. The rituals, the Anushtan, got underway a full 7 days before the consecration ceremony. Also lit, a 108 feet long incense stick is specially made for the event. The 3,500 kilogram symbol of prayer and devotion made from cow dung, butter and deodar tree wood will spread its fragrance over a 50-kilometer radius for 6 months to come. Events and milestones have been lined up for every day leading up to the Pran Pratishtha. Parisar Pravesh, entering the complex, Tirth Pujan, prayers at the holy site, Jal Yatra, the water march, Pushpa Divas, the day of flowers, and more. Extend the scale of preparations to religiosity via the palate. 1.35 million laddus or sweetmeat balls being prepared for the big day. They'll be distributed to visiting devout. A dedicated team of confectioners has been commissioned for the exercise. For the big day alone, the Ayodhya Development Authority is eyeing about 7,000 guests, including prominent cricketers, film stars, industrialists and seers. Close to 100,000 devout are expected to visit every day for a couple of months after that.
We are expecting a huge influx of pilgrims and tourists. So we have made arrangements. We have done a mapping of all the accommodation facilities here. Public amenities have been upgraded. The numbers have been increased in the past 1 year. And looking at the expected numbers in the coming months, we are constantly upgrading our facilities. We are also making the appropriate arrangements for police and manpower, so that when people come here in big numbers, they should not feel any inconvenience and they should be able to have a good experience and carry back good memories of Ayodhya.
Food is being prepared for devotees coming to visit the Ram temple. Nearly 40,000 rotis or breads, as well as hundreds of kilograms of vegetable dishes, lentils, rice and sweets are being prepared here, and we will manage that and serve them in the dormitories.
The excitement rings out across South Asia among Hindus across the world. The Ramayana epic holds threads across the region. Beyond the length and breadth of India, where Lord Ram travelled from his birthplace and capital Ayodhya, there are links to Janakpur, now in Nepal, where Sita belonged. Temples at Janakpur will be holding elaborate events of their own. The country has sent Shilagram rocks and an array of gifts including jewellery, clothes and utensils for the temple. Religious tourism from Nepal will extend to an economic connect. Sri Lanka, south of India, is where the demon king Ravan was slain by Lord Ram. He had kidnapped Sita and brought her here. Sri Lanka too has sent gifts for the consecration event in Ayodhya. Beyond South Asia, the consecration in Ayodhya will be celebrated in Mauritius, in Indonesia, in Thailand and Vietnam, and also in temples in several Western countries. Look beyond the temple to what the consecration of Lord Ram's birthplace means for the local economy. A British conglomerate, Trafalgar Square Capital, has invested a whopping 750,000 crore rupees, that's nearly $9 billion, on infrastructure development in Ayodhya. A state-of-the-art new township, New Ayodhya, over 1,200 acres, is on the anvil, the first fully Vastu-compliant one of its kind. A big infrastructure facelift plan is already in place, and it will convert a once sleepy temple town to a smart city. A city which is a sought-after economic hub where property prices have risen multiple times in the last couple of months. Big infrastructure enhancements will drive sectors like hospitality, hotels and accommodation. 70 new hotels are in the pipeline, of which 40 are already under construction. 5-star hotel chains like Radisson and Taj have jumped in. They'll have hotels ready in 3 years. The sky is the limit. And here's proof, if you will. None other than megastar Amitabh Bachchan has bought land close to the temple, $1.75 million for a 10,000 square foot plot. Call that buying into Grand Ayodhya. The temple magic where the boom originates becomes just one end of it.
Shifting our focus now to Pakistan. A face-off between Pakistan and Iran is getting uglier. Pakistan says it has so far attacked 7 Iranian territory in retaliation to Iran attacking a terror group in Pakistan named Jaish al-Adl. Islamabad says a number of terrorists have been killed in Iran during the intelligence-based operation named Marg Bar Saramchar. 3 women and 4 children were also reported killed. In the earlier Iranian operation in Pakistan's Balochistan province, 2 women and 3 children were killed. Tensions have escalated to the point that the 2 sides have pulled out their envoys and suspended high-level visits.
Given the history of cordial relations between Iran and Pakistan, it was a sad incident that happened. The government of Pakistan, especially the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, has already responded. We have taken some measures.
The attack on Iran by Pakistan is sure to raise tensions not just between the 2 countries, but also have exacerbating impacts on the region.
Pakistan has struck inside Iran and it says that it does not want to escalate any further. The Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Mumtaz Zara Baloch a short while back, while addressing a press briefing, said that Pakistan did not strike on the state of Iran. She was very careful with the choice of words that she used. She said that this attack or this strike was against terrorists who were and terrorist individuals and groups who were hiding in Iran and not against the state of Iran, and that Pakistan will continue such acts if it's in its national interest.
Pakistan heads to polls for general elections on the 8th of February. The race to power, though seemingly muted, has an undercurrent of pre-poll rigging and the lack of fair play. That too is happening at a time where the country has been faced with multiple terror attacks and while the country's economy continues to be in a nosedive state. Here's more.
Nawaz Sharif!
The opening campaign rally by the party of former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif in the eastern Okara city. The Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz that took power after Imran Khan was dismissed in April 2022 is certainly the front runner this time. Sharif's daughter Maryam Nawaz pitched support for the party as a test of patriotism for Pakistan, assuring in typical politicalese a panacea to Pakistan's ills.
Today, I want to tell the women and youth of Pakistan that the easing of inflation, ending the electricity crisis, ending the gas crisis, as well as improving the life of the youth will be the targets of the upcoming Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz government.
नौजवानों का मुस्तकबिल मजबूत बनाने पे मेरी सबसे ज्यादा तवज्जो होगी.
Sharif is seen as being in the driver's seat these elections, amid word that he now has the support of the military establishment. Even as accusations fly thick and fast of his manipulating his way via the Election Commission of Pakistan. Ex-PM Imran Khan, meanwhile, the only real challenger popularity-wise, languishes in jail and is barred from standing. Khan claims cases against him have been confected by the army. Perhaps the last nail came as the Pakistan Supreme Court nullified his party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf's cricket bat symbol, which means PTI candidates who could muster huge crowds can only run as independents. Crackdowns on his party workers and gatherings have become routine. He claims Sharif is playing with the support of what he calls two umpires, with even a no ball made to work in his favour. The third player, Pakistan People's Party headed by Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, has repeatedly called out lack of a level playing field. He alleges the administration is targeting his party under the PMLN's influence. Bottom line, it comes down to what's largely perceived as the absence of fair play and lack of democratic fairness in the exercise, with the crumbling state of the Pakistan economy being all that is resonating among voters.
The difference between 2018 and 2024 elections is that those prior elections had less interference from non-political forces compared to this upcoming one. The previous election was comparatively more fair, but the upcoming one doesn't seem to be fair at all. It's not fair because one political party is being targeted.
Everyone who goes to a political rally knows that they will be missing out on 500 to 1000 rupees in a daily wage on that particular day. How will they buy food for his children to eat supper?
Pakistan's rights body too has raised fresh concern. Chairperson Munize Jahangir said there's little chance of free and fair parliamentary elections next month because of pre-poll rigging.
At this point, there is little evidence to show that the upcoming elections will be free, fair, or credible. The rights of vulnerable groups have come under renewed assault by state and non-state actors in the past year. The wanton destruction of Christian and Ahmadiyya sites of worship, with severe damage caused to over 30 churches in Jadawala in a single day in August 2023, and increasing use of the blasphemy laws against religious minorities, has left these communities fearful for their lives and livelihoods.
Lack of fair play and major bias have been a hallmark of the polity in Pakistan down decades. The military establishment has always had a big say in who storms into and out of power if it doesn't hold on to all reins itself. The February 8 elections show all signs of being new wine in the same old bottle.
Animal cruelty or preserving culture. The controversial sport of bull-taming that is known as Jallikattu returns this year after it was banned by India's top court. The festival this time has gone beyond the border of India and was also celebrated in Sri Lanka. Here's the story.
Another bull-taming sports season. Another deadly year. This is Jallikattu, a tradition linked to Pongal in mid-January each year. The festival and the bull-taming events have been inseparable aspects of Tamil Nadu's state cultural calendar for centuries. An essential part of Tamil culture, participants from far and wide showcase their strength and skill as they attempt to control bulls. Released in an arena filled with spectators. Here's some trivia. The name Jallikattu is derived from Sadli, which means coins, and Kattu, or package. The name refers to a prize of coins that is tied to a bull's horns and that participants attempt to retrieve. The Tamil Nadu government says the sport plays an important role in preserving and promoting the culture of breeding native bulls and ensuring their survival. But over the years, the debate has turned to whether Jallikattu is really animal cruelty in the garb of tradition and culture. India's apex court legitimized the practice of Jallikattu in Tamil Nadu in 2023. The decision came after the 2014 court ban on Jallikattu, which said the festival involves the infliction of severe pain, suffering and harassment on the bulls. Let's look back at the courtroom debate on Jallikattu. In 2006, the Madras High Court banned the bull-taming sport following the death of a spectator. The ban was lifted 3 years later with the Tamil Nadu Regulation of Jallikattu Act. In 2011, the Indian government added bulls to the list of animals whose training and exhibition were prohibited. In 2014, the Supreme Court banned Jallikattu and struck down the 2009 Act, citing the 2011 notification. And the next year, the Supreme Court dismissed the Tamil Nadu government's plea calling for a recall of its verdict. The Indian government revoked the ban in 2016, issuing a notification just months ahead of the Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. The Supreme Court later stayed the notification after it was challenged by the Animal Welfare Board of India, an NGO People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, or PETA. In 2017, a major uprising took place in the state opposing the ban on the centuries-old bull-taming sport. The protest went on for nearly a fortnight. A two-judge bench of the Supreme Court said that the petitions challenging the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act required to be looked upon by a larger bench, as it involved substantial questions relating to the interpretation of the Constitution. And on the 18th of May 2023, the Constitution bench upheld the amendments, permitting the practices of bull-taming sports of Jallikattu, Kambala and Belgara Shariat. Though the animal sport has attracted the ire of animal rights activists for years, its popularity refuses to die down, and the recent celebrations were no exception.
So this has been a tradition with us for since 1500 years back. So this is the first time we are seeing it, but we have been seeing it for in the news and all. Jallikattu is one of the most pioneer of the Tamil culture, Tamil Nadu's culture. So we came here to visualize that today.
Initially, bulls were solely utilized for agriculture purposes, serving as a means to get work done. As a form of entertainment for the bulls, Jallikattu emerged. This game involves both humans and bulls.
Sri Lanka too hosted its first Jallikattu in Trincomalee this year. Jallikattu's popularity is surely going beyond borders, but the controversies around it don't seem to end. Despite organizers claiming to make sport safe, there were some slips. This year, including an 11-year-old boy, died during an event at one of the sporting venues in the Sivaganga district. Legal challenges over the years may have forced authorities to enforce several key changes to the sport, especially when it comes to preventing animal cruelty and fatalities. But the question remains, with deaths already being reported, have the legal clouds really blown over?
And that's all we have on our show this week. Join us next week for all the action from the region. For the WION team, I'm Dasuni Athauda, and I will see you next week.